Yeah, just go. I'm not gonna.
So, where usually it's just, like one guy, but
Look at that.
Welcome back to part 2
it's
or
just
something.
great, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to throw out names of the guys that actually had lead vocal parts, 4 stars, okay? And feel free to comment
Chime in.
on everything. Yeah,
Even the studio audience can chime in.
Oh, yeah!
Wow.
So we're going to start with the man who obviously co-wrote the song with Jimmy and Vivian, and then starts with the song with the beautiful, it wrecks you inside to hear the man say Who Cries for the Children, but is Mr. Ronnie James Dio, the late, great Ronnie James Dio. Yeah, great.
Legend.
Legend, keep going. How many other adjectives can we come up with? Okay, but Ronnie James Dio.
Short.
Go ahead. Sure.
You asked how many adjectives? I don't know.
Put your boss on.
Just describing. He was short. He was short, yes. Absolutely.
Nailed it.
A lot of
How do
hair.
you even top that?
I don't know.
How do you top that?
Do we even talk
Big,
about vocals?
short. What? He's legendary. Listen, you have to give props to Dio. He was probably set forth this task to create this thing. Think of the job he did. Look at the
It's
impact.
fantastic.
Western New York native. Great.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the
Greatness.
key, too, is the Western
Listen,
New York.
Ronnie's great. As soon as he starts bitch slapping around Don Dokken, it's the best part of the whole thing.
Let's wait till we get to Don.
Donnie.
Yeah. So Ronnie obviously
Don.
sang a few lines.
Thanks for watching.
He wrote. He produced. He he was the overall guy that was telling the singers, directing them on how to sing their lines, and
Except Jeff Tate.
right for the most part. Yeah.
No one tells
but-
Jeff Tate. Except for maybe Jimmy Payne.
Maybe. So there's Dio. So up first, we're gonna bring up Eric Bloom from Blue Oyster Cult.
He's awesome. In weird company, but he's a good singer.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, right. I'm
And
not
his
sure how.
part, his part was very fitting.
Yeah,
Wasn't one of my highlights, but he's good.
yeah. It worked. It worked.
I disagree.
Oh,
I disagree. I
Loved him.
No, he's a fine singer, really, let's face it. He's got to sing next to your favorent guy.
Right.
Donald Buck.
Right.
I'm going to leave it right there. I don't even want to say it for you for fearing. But I think I don't know, there could have been a better selection of the metal genre. Give me Joey Belladonna at that point with Anthrax over him.
This is true.
Different, but a better fit.
Well,
Sorry, Eric.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of the point that it was the metal
Just saying.
community, and I know they're considered a rock band.
They said in the video, they said metal and hard rock. But it was metal.
Well, nobody's necessarily metal. It's all hard rock guys,
Yeah,
but
it's metal.
but Blue Oyster Cult. I don't even know if
Dio's not metal, they're the ones that put it together.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Well,
metal.
Dio's metal. Yeah. There you go. But
Yeah.
so yeah. But anyway, it was a fine.
Just
part.
my thought.
Did I mention Jimmy Bain? Sorry.
All right. Moving on from the great Eric Bloom. Let's bring up Don Dokken. Now Don really, Dio helps him steal the show to some degree because and Don back then was a terrific singer, and
Back then.
Very key and operative.
years go by, things change. But, we love Don. But especially back then, it was great. And then he's singing the lines, and of course. He's singing a little bit too smooth, a little bit too ballady, kind of Don Dokken-like, and Dio has to correct him and say that, hey, listen, Don, it's a little too smooth. And Don's looking at him kind of like, what do you
I'm
mean?
Don Dokken.
That's what I do.
what I do.
Well, and then, Ronnie has to remind him that, it's a very bad thing. We're singing about people suffering. And we need a little bit more, angst in here.
The starving folk are eating corn. you gotta feel bad.
That's right.
Exactly.
You're still in
As spoken by Ted Nugent. Exactly.
Who did not sing,
Yeah.
by the way.
So it was a classic. I thought was a classic line though, and what a beating of a heart. Was kind of. It was very Don, but fitting.
With a star.
Yeah. Then he got the start in there. A
So
little
dramatic, Don.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
He had to work for it, though.
He did work
And
for it.
so
Ronnie made him work for it.
pretty.
He had to work
He
for
was
it.
pretty too.
Was he the only singer in makeup?
Oh, did you ever
Might want to go re-examine
Oh,
that.
interesting.
He had a little.
He looked like he had something going on.
Well, he knew the cameras were going to be
Yeah,
going.
sure.
I'm just saying.
You know.
Yeah, maybe.
But Don had a nice part, and there you go. And like I said, Dio had to get after him a little bit. But
Well.
other than that, you know.
And if you're going to be gotten after, it might as well be by Dio.
I
let's
would
face
listen to
it.
Ronnie
Sure.
James Dio yell at me.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
I think Chris Holmes had a lot of mascara around his black stuff around his eyes, something.
Well, Blackie probably.
Unless
did.
he just looks that evil all the time.
Yeah. That was his fifth day binge.
Exactly. So anyway, thank you, Don, for your contributions. That was great. He'd probably say Ronnie didn't yell at me. He had a discussion with me, but oh no, he yelled at me.
Yeah. Bitch
So-
slap, I said.
Nice.
Bitch slap.
Next up would be, definitely had a vocal part in there, is Kevin DuBrow of Quiet Riot. The late, great
Late,
Kevin
great,
DuBrow.
yes, of
I
course.
hate saying that, but yes, Kevin DuBrow of Quiet Riot. I thought Kevin was fantastic.
Kevin's
brought
good.
it.
I actually liked more of Kevin's footage that didn't make it into the thing than the line that they did put in there. But he's in like ridiculous company.
True.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
But he had that great
That being
growl.
said,
He said-
he's-
Well, why did he have a towel on his head? I still want to know. Was he just sweating that bad?
no,
in
he
the
just wanted
studio?
everybody to see that he's balding. He freaked out when he started balding, and then he got the extensions. He didn't want people to see his balding.
He
Nice.
didn't have a towel on when he was sick. When he was in the studio next to Dio, and
Yeah, I saw.
he's trying to
I
slap
saw.
five
Yeah,
with
I
Ronnie
saw
James
it.
Dio has no idea what slapping five
He
means.
needs a shower before his vocal
I don't know.
part
That's what I mean.
was-
And then all of a sudden he takes the towel off. I'm like, what's happening?
He
in
bent
there?
over and whispered to Dio, "Hey, who's that chick over there?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Don Dockett."
in the makeup.
And the makeup.
Got me.
Exactly. So, but he had a great part. Do you have any comment on Kevin's
Yeah,
part?
you know what? I was pleasantly surprised by his part, I
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah.
Because Quiet Riot was a terrific band.
Yes.
And he never struck me as a guy that had some versatility. But I actually thought by comparison of Kevin DuBrow on QR Records,
Yes.
it was a better performance. I was pleasantly surprised.
Awesome.
Again, once Ronnie James Dio gets on your ass, things change.
Right.
Things feel
Yeah.
different. So again, thank you, Dio.
He showed me a
And
little
thank you,
something.
Kevin. Yeah.
I
agree.
believe Dio turned to Dubrow after the take, and after the listen to the take, he said, "You're welcome." He said that. Yeah.
Nice.
See the little things. See?
Yeah.
For those of you watching out there, pay attention when
Yeah.
you watch the stars.
Check it out. It's
Yeah.
at 4 minutes 6 seconds. No, I'm just.
Nice.
Okay. Next up, okay, so Rob Halford. Right? Rob Halford.
All right, I'll go first.
What he said.
Yeah.
I mean, Halford.
He's Rob Halford.
He's the whole soprano
say
section.
that?
Yeah.
He just starts yelling stuff and it just all works. I mean, he just.
I gotta just ask one question. The way he's dancing around with what he's wearing,
Yeah.
nobody knew?
No, I mean, it doesn't.
Nobody knew?
It's a jagged little pill to swallow, isn't it? It's
Well,
tough.
and not only his lead vocal lines that they included in the song, which are fantastic, and Dio probably he didn't have anything to
Listen.
just start singing, but the choir thing,
Yeah,
where
it's
he's
huge.
where he's the harmony
He's
note
the
that you get,
highest
like
note.
it's ridiculous.
Listen, he once again proves that he's the king. I mean,
He's the
it's
king.
unbelievable.
King.
It's unbelievable.
King.
That's it.
What do you
So
say?
yeah, Dio didn't have anything to say.
Can't.
He's got nothing to say. Thank you, Rob. Done. Next. Now listen, I was equally not surprised by any of this, by the way, with this gentleman. Not surprised at all.
I know
But
where you're
equally
going, right?
impressed and I believe, because I don't have better things to do
Oh,
with
I
my
know where
life,
this is going.
I counted how many times a person's voice appears on the recording.
Nice.
He is the most.
He has the most.
He has the most. It's
Really?
Dave
I know who
Menichetti
you're talking about, yeah.
of YNT.
Really?
Wow.
How many
Dave
times?
Menichetti of YNT. But Dave was the same. Dave was. I mean, like if you watch it, you can tell that it was like almost like all one takes. Dave just sang it.
Huh.
He just sang it.
He's
a pro.
He's
a
I was
pro.
gonna say he's
a
exceptionally
pro.
skilled pro. He's a pro.
Yeah.
He really is.
Well, it kind of goes like this. Okay, here I go. Hit the record button, and Menichetti every line he just nails it, and the soul in his. Forget it.
Awesome.
We'd never
Yeah.
had him on the Hairband fist fights before. We gotta get him in a fist fight.
We do.
Man.
That's a great suggestion, Mr. Grosshandler, our producer.
Yep, very good.
Executive
You might
producer.
want to do a special just on him because it's what's left.
Executive
Oh,
producer.
yeah, that's absolutely, yeah. It's, it's funny. None of the
He's
other
the
Y&T
Y and the T at this
Yes, I know. That is true. It's funny. None of the other Y&T guys were there. They're all California guys, but Dave. Yeah.
And why not Leonard Hayes?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, the bass drum would have been too busy for Jimmy to follow, probably, but
You're right.
that
Love
single
Leonard,
foot,
love
you know. Yeah. But anyway, Dave Menichetti's part, fantastic. Added a
Terrific.
lot of soul, I thought, to the
Yes.
recording.
Pro.
Fantastic.
Agreed.
All right, now again, good stuff. Up next, Paul Shortino from Rough Cut.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I did like they did have like he actually had a couple of bloopers, you know.
Yeah.
And then like when he self-corrected, it was like fantastic self-correction, like just nailed it.
By the way, just to rewind quickly, talk about bloopers. I think Dio had the most bloopers. With his voice cracking like crazy.
Yes. And actually, Dio was the one that said when he was behind the microphone. Dio was the one that said, "Oh, thanks for the support in there, guys."
It's great.
So bar none.
Yes.
Bar none for me.
Yes.
Paul Shortino, best vocals on the whole thing.
Of all the lines.
Of all of
Wow.
them.
Real. That's a tough. That's a.
It's
I better show the
weird.
studio audience for
Yes.
that one.
Wow.
When we're all
For
done,
me,
when we're all done, we'll
hands
cycle
down.
No, you didn't have to though. You didn't have to. That was the thing.
All right, we're on.
All right,
We've switched cameras because my battery died.
Switch cameras.
Camera's full,
quick
so here we go.
production, yes. So we're talking about
Paul
Mr. Toma.
Shortino.
Go ahead, say it
Paul
again.
Shortino, hands down, my favorite vocalist.
Wow.
Best lines, everything. I thought he brought some feel.
Wow.
I thought he brought tons of horsepower
Yeah,
and just a great raw tone.
that grit.
He's got
Again,
that grit.
I loved the lines that made it into the thing, but watching him do his whole thing was great. I
Yes.
mean, he was singing all the
crushed
lines
it.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got a good voice.
Much love for Shortino.
Yeah.
We got one more who had lead vocal parts on this. We'll do some backing vocal choir. Don't want to leave those guys out. But as far as the lead vocalists go, last but not least, of course, is Mr. Jeff Tate, Queensryche, who I thought he had one of the most. When he ends the second verse, that was "You Are Forever." Or, I'm sorry, the third verse, I believe it was. When "You Are Forever, You and I."
Hey, choose that
like,
phrase
he
out.
goes up, down, up, whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, Jeff, classic Jeff right there.
Unmistakable voice.
Yeah, just
Awesome.
They showed one blooper of Jeff where he goes like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was pretty. And I like how Tate. It was all. I mean, he was all business.
Oh, yeah.
It was
He
all
was
business.
all business.
So that being said, he was my second favorite guy. next to Shortino. And Dio was. Did anyone catch some of Dio's reaction behind the board when they were showing Tate? He was like something just hit me,
Yeah.
and I don't have to do anything. And it was like, okay, you're good. I'm out.
Absolutely.
It was great.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How about you? So who are your top 1, 2,
What do you got?
three?
What do you got?
For the lead vocalist, I mean, Halford. Listen, it's hard to pick a favorite, man.
My
because
favorite was Jimmy. Oh wait a minute, he didn't sing.
Jimmy was not singing.
We're not sure he played bass.
He fake sang.
He thinks
They all had great parts for great reasons. I mean, even the Who Cried for the Children, the whole thing. They all had great parts.
Well, Dio started off the song. His parts were
Oh, it was excellent. Yeah.
great.
You know, it's very difficult. But yes, Menichetti is in the running for lead for me because again,
There it is.
There it is. Listen to the end of the song though. The end of the song when the ad-libbing is going on. We are shadow. Oh my God, the ad-libbing at the end was fantastic. So I'm gonna go by a hair, a thin hair. I'm gonna go with Menichetti, but certainly Halford killed, Shortino, Tate killed. Everybody else did good, but they killed.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
killed. But you obviously, Mr. Shortino, is your favorite.
Shortino.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty
Favorite.
much summed it up pretty good for me. Number 3, probably Shortino. Number 2, Jeff Tate. Number 1, Halford. He's
He's
ridiculous.
yes.
He's ridiculous.
I can't argue. I can't argue.
Okay.
So honorable mentions for the backing vocals in the choir.
Chris Holmes.
Did he
make?
Let me read them down. I gotta,
He should not make honorable mention.
yes, and I wondered if some guys were there because they wanted to be part of it and they were maybe air singing. Because I don't know if they can sing, but that would be a whole thing that I'd like to explore. Was who
Well, there was a second conductor on the side. It was Jimmy Bain conducting the air singers. Everybody who was faking it.
Because you had Tommy Aldridge, Dave Alford,
Not a singer.
Carmen Apiece.
Can sing.
He can.
Check him out in old Vanilla Fudge.
Vanilla Fudge. But what was great about it was they gave him King Cobra credits.
Nice.
Yes, they did.
When they talked to him, they said King Cobra because they wanted to make sure it was metal. So there you go. So smart heads up on the producers.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bain,
Of course.
Frankie Benali, Mick Brown. Mick Brown can sing. We know that.
He can sing.
Vivian Campbell. He can sing.
Yep.
Carlos Cavazzo.
Can sing.
Amir
Darak
from Rough Cut. Yep. Buck. What is Buck Dharma's full name? What is it? They have it listed. It took me a year to read the guy. Donald
Dharma.
Buzzwald or something. Yeah.
Jefferson Brown Smith.
And I'm wondering why in the world did they put all that? Just put his name up there. Like, why does? I mean, I can understand even Ingve. I don't even have to put J up there.
You should have J in.
Well,
you're going to use it.
And what about the other ones?
Maybe, yeah. But I don't know. The whole thing was just weird with him. And then Gillis, he can sing. Was Craig Goldie.
Yeah.
Chris Hagar from Rough Cut, Chris Holmes, of course. Blackie Lawless was in there. George Lynch, Yngwie Malmsteen, Mick Mars was in there.
Yeah,
because there's a few faces that were like, I think I know there.
You barely saw him, but he was there.
He was there, yeah. It's, Mick Mars, Michael McKean, of course. That's Spinal Tap. Vince Neil, Ted Nugent. Eddie Ojeda. Some say Ojeda, but it's Ojeda. Yeah. Eddie Finger.
Thank you.
That's right.
Got
it. Jeff Pilson.
Great singer.
Yeah. Rudy Sarzo. Claude Schnell.
Yes.
Which is... We didn't even talk
Claude. He's the keyboard player.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's holding down a chord for Jimmy Bain's parts. So there's the bass right there.
There it is.
Yeah. I forget. Claude Schnell should have been in the general one.
What band is Claude from?
Jimmy, sing your high note.
Oh, okay. Dio's keyboard. Got it.
Yes.
Jimmy, sing your high note.
Claude Schnell is gone as well, I believe.
Is he?
I think so.
I hope not.
Get the research.
We'll have to check the tape for that one, yeah.
He wins the mustache award.
Oh,
he had the best mustache.
Was terrific.
That's important.
Nobody beats Claude Schnell.
He had an awesome handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Neil Sean from Journey was in the choir.
Yeah.
Harry Shearer, another
Spinal Tap.
Yeah, Spinal Tap guy with the black hair.
Also many voices on The Simpsons.
Nice, nice.
Mark Stein, Vanilla Fudge. And Matt. Is it Matt Thor from Rough Cut?
Matt Thor from Rough Cut.
There you go. Yeah, so like the whole Rough Cut crew showed up.
Yeah.
They showed up to support. Maybe that's why he sang so well.
I think Paul was pretty tight with Dio.
All of Dokken was there too. The whole band.
That's true.
That is true. The whole Dokken band was there.
Yeah.
So I feel maybe next year's Rock Cards it could be a run from Rough Cut or Dokken.
Could be.
Because they tried to win the Dio race.
Well,
the Stars race by all being there. So. Yeah. So anyway, that concludes the vocalists edition of Stars.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes, audience.
We're gonna roll camera. We'll get to the guitars.
Guitars next time.